Hi guys, Brian from the City Back Pain Program. So I'm here with Guy, professor at Garage Jiu-Jitsu. Just done some back rehab work with him, just taking him through the basics. So what I'm going to cover in this video is probably the most important concept that we need to learn for looking after back pain, which kind of dictates everything else that we do. And that's that back pain isn't forever, so disc damage, herniations, bulges aren't forever, as long as we learn how to manage them and look after them. And the way that we do that is to look at the concept of what we call a bank balance. So as long as we've got enough in our bank balance to do what we want to do, so whether it's day-to-day, training in the gym, maybe it's rolling at jiu-jitsu, maybe it's competing at jiu-jitsu, as long as we've got enough of that bank balance, the back isn't going to get annoyed, isn't going to get damaged. The trick is how we spare that bank balance day-to-day and how we start to build it. So we've got Guy here. So how long have you had back pain for?
For a few years now. For my first injury was like 10 years ago, but it's been quite so for the last 3 years.
Okay, and it's kind of come in cycles, right? Like good, bad, yeah. So with back pain, one of the most annoying things is you don't realise when you have a bad day why it's a bad day, and when you have a good day why it's a good day. If we think about the bank balance, the days that are bad is when you've spent too much of that bank balance and it's either getting to zero or overdrawn, and that's when you have like pain at night, throbbing. If you roll, you catch something, you do something, and it just takes you into zero overdraft, and that's what throws you over. So one of our goals with Guy, so the average person, if we say that bank balance needs $100 per day, if someone wants to train in the gym, pain-free, they probably need $200. If you're trying to do something like jiu-jitsu or compete jiu-jitsu, you need like $1 million now. You need about, probably more like 300. So you need way more than the average person does. So our goal with Guy is we want to build him up to 300, plus maybe an extra 50, like 350, so he's got a bit of leeway for fatigue, bad night's sleep, stress, working long hours, whatever it may be. We've got a bit of a safety buffer. So one of the things we covered today is, with the bank balance, it's not just the exercises we do that build up that bank balance, but it's avoiding all the little movements that make withdrawals on that bank balance. So for Guy, what was your triggers for you? Because you're flexion tolerant, so it was, So if he's rolling and he gets in that position for long enough, that's going to set him off. But we can't control that when you're rolling. But what we can control is making sure he isn't rounding when you're watching TV, in the car, on the motorbike, even when you're sitting like in between people rolling. So if you look, both of us here are pretty good with our posture. Like we're trying to keep us straight, we're not trying to like round like this. So what we're going to try and do with Guy now is make sure even when he's watching people rolling like in the open mats, that he doesn't get in the bad habit of just kind of sitting all just kind of slumped against the wall with his lower back rounded, because every minute he sits there, he's taking another dollar out of that bank account. So we want to make sure as much as possible we keep that back nice and straight. So whether we do it our own selves, by the way that we actively do it, or whether we have lumbar support to help protect it, that's how we're going to build that bank balance, and that's how we'll get you out of trouble. Let him build that bank balance up so that back's strong, and then his job going forward 5, 10, 20 years time is to maintain that bank balance for whatever it is he wants to do. So he's still competing in 20 years time.
Hopefully.
We still will have that bank balance at $350 to keep him out of trouble. So what we did today was just look at some basic exercises to help build that up, and teach him some good posture habits as well to keep him out of trouble. So it was good for me because today the student became the master. So I'm a white belt in BJJ, but I'm a black belt in back problems. But it's good to be able to put something to practical use for someone who's trying to compete and trying to do a very active sport. Because a lot of the stuff that you do is sort of, some of the physio and low-level stuff doesn't translate very well to what you want to be able to do. So we're going to make sure what we do for you is tailored to what you want to be able to do. We give you enough capacity to do it and keep it out of trouble.
Awesome.
That good?
Thank you.
3, 2, 1.